Today I'm reviewing the James Read Tan Sleep Mask. And if you want to help keep this channel independent, please check out my products at the Amazon link below. So, I've been using some of the James Read Tan products off and on for the last 2 or 3 years or so. And this is probably, out of all their products, my favorite. And I'm going to let you guys know my thoughts on it based on my Sarah score scale. So my first criteria is packaging, and I hate and love the packaging at the same time. It is a pump bottle that protects the ingredients from exposure to light and air. However, the nozzle on the end is, instead of dispenses the product, it forcefully ejects the product sometimes. So I'm not sure if it's like a buildup of the product, but I have it all over my walls and my mirrors, and especially with self-tanner, it can be a very messy endeavor. So you definitely want to get the lotion where you want to be tan, but you don't want to get it anywhere else. So the dispensing nozzle is a bit of a problem, so I'm not a huge fan of that, but the packaging otherwise is good. So you just really need to be careful dispensing it because it ejects it throughout everywhere. So my second criteria is alcohol, and interestingly enough, there's 2 versions of this, the Sleep Mask Tan. There's the regular version and the Go Darker version. And because I like to layer a lot of products on my skin, especially in my evening routine, I layer 7 or 8 different products on. The normal version, I had to use it probably 5 or 6 days consecutively to have a noticeable difference. So I actually, the second time I purchased it, I went with the Go Darker version. And actually, when you layer this on top of other products, it doesn't give you a super dark tan, but it gives you more of a noticeable tan, especially if you like to layer products. So it's not that I'm looking for a super dark tan. I just want something that will work with my layers of other skincare, because I don't want to just have to use one product like this and then be done. So that's why I opted for the Go Darker version. And then my other thing is, when I was writing this review a while ago, I noticed a discrepancy on the website where it lists the ingredients in the box. When you notice if that happens, always go by the ingredients that are on the box, because the internet can be wrong, the formula can be changed. So anyway, I've purchased 2 of these, the Go Darker version, one about 6 months ago, and then this one a month or 2 ago. And the ingredients are the same on this, but they're still wrong online. So anyway, the formula in the box does list denatured alcohol. It is about 2/3 of the way down the list, so it's not as much of a concern as if the denatured alcohol was one of the top first 6 or 7 ingredients. Still better to avoid as much exposure to it as you can, because denatured alcohol can be very drying to your skin and your skin cells. Thankfully, it is far down the list. And then the other thing is, if you're using this over other ingredients, it's not going to be as effective to your skin. So it's not as big of an issue as the other situations. So my third criteria is fragrance. And for me, I don't really notice any scent to this at all. I don't notice a fragrance scent, and I don't notice the fake tan scent. I don't really notice any scent, which is good. It does have rose flower oil near the end of the ingredient list. And it's interesting. Rose flower petals are beneficial ingredients to your skin and are good to your skin, but rose flower oil is a fragrance and an irritant. So thankfully, it's far down the ingredient list, so it's not as much of a concern. But I know a lot of people get confused because there's a lot of waters that are rose flower waters, and are those good for the skin? It just depends on really if it's oil, or if it's an extract, or if it's part of the petal, or wherever it comes from. So the form in this is not the good one for your skin, but thankfully it is far down the ingredient list. So it's not as big of a concern, but the product definitely would be better without it. My fourth criteria is the manufacturing location, and this is made in the UK, so no issues with that. My fifth criteria is ease of use, and again, this is the Go Darker version. If you use several layers of skincare products, I would say if you use more than 3 layers, I recommend trying the Go Darker version. Just start out slow, but that's if you're applying it with several layers of other skincare. I apply this on top of all of my other products. So this one goes on last because it has the least amount of things I'm really trying to absorb. I just want a little bit of color, so I used it last night, and I'm still really happy using this as the last ingredient in my skincare. So it is pretty easy to use. I just massage it over all of my other layers as the last layer, and definitely use a mitt or glove. So like I mentioned, the issues that I have with the pump, I hate the pump, but I used it last night, and I used gloves. The mitt, I'm a little clumsy with those little mitts, so I just prefer gloves. Actually, a subscriber mentioned it to me. I was like, what should I use? So anyway, so I still have a little bit of marks on my hand, and that's just from probably touching my face during the night or rubbing my skin and getting stuck in my nails, and then my nails would close my hand. I think that's what those are from, because I used the glove last night. So it is a bit of a messy endeavor, even when you use the gloves. So anyway, so I even that's why I don't even recommend the mitt with this, because this dispenser is going to be problematic. But otherwise, definitely wash your hands. You know what? This is one thing. A lot of self-tanners I'm able to use my bare hands on and then just wash them and not have any issues. But this one, I've tried that a couple times, and it's so strong, the Go Darker version, that even washing your hands afterwards, it's still going to be super, super. So there, that dispensed just fine. I don't know why that doesn't happen when I'm trying to use it, but it dispensed nicely and evenly. So, I don't know why it does that when I'm trying to use this at night. But anyway, those 3 pumps were just fine. So I don't know. Maybe at night I'm just too tired and I'm doing something different. I don't know. So definitely use a glove. If you think you can use a bare hand and wash this off, you're not going to, because I've used this, and I've used an oil-based cleanser in my hands, then a normal hand wash, and then a scrub, and my hands were still tan the next morning. So there's no way getting around this one. This one's pretty strong. So anyway, definitely use a glove. That's the easiest. So okay, and then on to number 6, which is antioxidants. And it does contain some good antioxidants for your skin. Jojoba oil, vitamin E, cucumber, aloe, lecithin, algae, and ubiquinone, CoQ10, I guess. So it's got some good antioxidants in there as well. So it's nice to see something that's not just straight up a cosmetic product, but also contains some good beneficial ingredients. Number 7 is animal testing, and from everything I've read online, the James Reed Tan brand is cruelty-free. That's just from doing some research online. There's really nothing on the packaging that denotes either way. So if you know anything else, I just got that from a couple of websites about animal testing. So my 8th criteria is performance, and this performs very well. It's amazing that you can apply this over other layers of skincare and still get a nice tan. If you don't use a ton of other skincare layers, maybe don't go with the Go Darker version, but it does a nice job, and I've never had any issues with it otherwise. So my 9th criteria is the price, and this is the full size, which is 1.7 ounces, 1.6 ounces, and it sells for $38. So it's a little pricey. However, a lot of other face self-tanners come in bottles that are 1 ounce. And then the other thing I thought is I got this from dermstore.com both times, and they frequently have 20% off sales, or sometimes, I'm sure around the holidays, they'll be having a 25% off. So always stock up when there's a sale if you decide you like it or not. So you can usually get it for a discount if you check out Dermstore. So it's worth doing. And then my 10th criteria is the it factor, and I gave it a thumb up. It's really one of the first self-tanning products that I've repurchased. The other one being the Kula self-tan face serum. That one is decent, but this one gives me even more of a natural-looking tan. So, and then I love the fact that you can use it in layers with the rest of your skincare, because I just haven't found a lot of other good self-tanners that you can use with other products, because usually they get so diluted that you don't notice any tan, or you have to use them like a week in a row to notice anything, and this one I just really like. So, yeah, it's decent. So, worth checking out. Someday I'll have to do a list of my top 5 self-tanners, because I've tried a lot of them. So, and I know this was a decent one to check out. So, Anyway, overall, on the Sarah score scale, this got a 7 out of 10, which is pretty good. So I'm interested if you guys have had a chance to try this out yet or not, or if you've tried anything else out from the James Read tan brand. What have you tried and how have you liked it? So leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Come with at least one new video every day. And check out nobsbeauty.net and the Amazon link below. And if you want to help the channel, give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys.